If you are struggling, if you are thinking about quitting as an influencer or content creator, I'm so glad you made it to this video because I have 7 of my most favorite tips to help you understand the reality of being a content creator, but then to also give you a little bit of a motivation that you need to keep on going so that you can finally reach your success. Just remember, you are one video away from your life potentially changing, whether that is financially or if you have a side business, whatever it is, and whatever reason that you are a pet influencer, I encourage you to watch this whole video. And if you watch all of this and still feel like quitting, then maybe we can talk. But also, this video is to really help new creators, to help new creators understand the reality of being a content creator and to help you realize that sometimes it's not easy, just like anything in life. If everything was easy, everyone would be doing it. Now, we're going to be diving into 7 specific topics that I want to go through to help you understand the reality of being a content creator and the reality of being an influencer. So the very first one is you need to have a why. This is something that we cover really early on in the Petfluencer Secrets online course, because when it comes to having your why, you have to know that you're not just doing this to make an extra few $100 a month, or you're not just doing this to be able to show off and say, hey, my dog is famous. There has to be a bigger reason. So what is a bigger reason? For a lot of my clients, it's that they want to be able to go part-time, or they want to be able to have more passive income. Okay. Great. So those are kind of broad goals, but that's usually what I hear. Every now and then, some people say, well, I just want to have 1 million subscribers because that would be super cool. But what I need you to realize is for your why, there needs to be a deeper emotional reason that when you are in a slump, like right now, which you may very well be, that'll help you push you forward and get you past this slump. Now, if you want a deeper why, sometimes it's, well, I have 2 kids at home and I want enough passive income so that I can go part-time and spend more time with my kids. That's a really emotional reason as to why you want to push forward, right? So it's really important that you consider your why as to being a content creator because sometimes it's not easy. And I want to dive into the second thing because this ties right into the next thing. So if you're a brand new influencer, you're going to experience the 3-month hump. I've experienced this countless times. And I have seen countless creators die off after this 3-month hump. So they say it usually takes anywhere from a month to 3 months to 6 months to start a new habit. And everyone is different when it comes to habit forming, right? And so some people, they can start something and they have that mental determination that they're going to see success with it. And other people, they just get their little, because I can relate, their ADHD desires and they get excited about something. So they start it and then it becomes a lot of effort and 2-3 weeks later, they're done. But the 3-month hump is the most average time that people give up on their new habits or especially on their new business ventures. So the 3-month hump, about 90 days in or so, but up about 90 days, it gets harder and harder and harder. You see all these other people having success and you're struggling because you're putting in time to learn. There is a learning curve with everything new. This is something I have to talk to my clients a lot about because it looks like everyone else is, it's so easy. Pump out all this content. Don't put in much effort or time. It's great. And you get all this money and followers and stuff. But for you, it's like, I'm putting in all this time. I'm putting in all this effort and everyone else is having success. And so you usually say, it's not for me. It's not worth it. I'm not right for this. This is not right for me. So the 3-month hump, you literally have to be expecting it because you have to know it is something you need to overcome. Because let's be honest, how many people actually have great success within their first 3 months? Not many. And the days of internet overnight successes on TikTok are actually significantly dwindling as well. So you just have to be ready for that. The third tip that I really recommend if you are, again, a new content creator and you're really struggling, or let's say that you've been in this for 6, 9, 12 months and you're just not seeing success, is one thing that I always recommend on my coaching calls. Find more ways to be efficient. Efficiency is going to save you time. Efficiency is going to help you batch content, and it is going to make everything so much easier because sometimes people just spend too much time trying to learn everything when it comes to becoming an influencer. And there's a lot. I've been in this for over 5 years and there's a lot that you can learn, But the biggest thing is just to do little bite sizes at a time. So a few ways that you can be efficient. First is to batch film. So you don't have to strategically plan every single video. Maybe you just batch film your pet, and that could be your pet running around or feeding your pet or giving your pet treats. You're not filming with an end goal. You just know that you want to use that content. So by batching a whole bunch of content, you can actually use those bits and pieces later on to make videos rather than trying to strategically plan every single one. From there are a ton of AI tools out there, whether it's AI for voiceovers, AI for voice to text, AI for editing photos, or AI for editing videos, and there's AI for scripting. There's all sorts of alternative intelligence options out there that can help make things more efficient for you. I use them. I recommend people use certain ones. And so check that out as well. Whatever you can do to make it less stressful for you, you're likely going to be overcoming this 3-month hump and being able to make it and actually achieve the success that you set out to achieve. Now, another thing that I even have to remind myself all the time is to actually do this for the audience and not do it for you. So why are you doing this, right? We talked about this a little bit ago. So why are you even doing this? Are you here to show your creativity? Are you here to bring joy to people's faces? Well, those are usually things that people actually are doing, right? So they enjoy making videos. They enjoy editing photos, or a lot of times people just enjoy making other people happy. So what is the point of your video content? I always say, keep your target audience in mind. When it comes to wanting to quit, you have to also realize, what are all these subscribers who get daily or weekly content from me? What are they going to feel if you just stop and just no longer post? Is it that important to them? Or is it not that important to them? And is it okay to quit? Everyone's situation is a little bit different. If you are thinking about quitting as an influencer, one tip that I actually really recommend that you do is network with other creators. So this is something that I started doing over a year ago, where I direct message or I connect with people on different groups, and usually it's within my niche. So I connect with other pet influencers or pet creators. And I will say, being a coach for pet creators is really nice because then I can network with many pet creators. But nevertheless, by doing this, you can always talk to them and say, hey, I'm really struggling with this. What advice do you have? Or, hey, I saw that your stuff did really, really good last month. What type of tips do you have? What did you change? So don't think about the idea that it's competition or you need to outbeat the next person or have more subscribers than the next person. Because I know we've talked about this before, but always keep this in mind. You can have 100,000 subscribers and the next person can have 10,000 subscribers. And you can have crap engagement rate while the other person is making $10,000 a month. And it is just drastically different, the difference between engaged followers versus not engaged subscribers and followers. So just always remember that the amount of subscribers that you have does not correlate into the amount of money that you make. Number 6, you've heard this. If you watch practically any YouTube videos out there, if you read practically any books, you've heard consistency is key. Consistency is everything. And I've talked about it here multiple times in different videos because it is everything. You really want to get yourself in the algorithm, right? I've posted a video recently about how to get the algorithm to like you, and consistency seriously is everything. I've talked to other creators, large creators, who have told me over and over and over again, consistency is everything. That's how you stay relevant. That's how you maintain your super fans. And that's how you stay in the algorithm. So if you are really struggling with wanting to quit as a content creator, as an influencer, one thing you have to think about is, am I even being consistent? Let's say that you post 5 times one week, sometimes more than once a day. And then the next week you post once. And then the next week you're like, shoot. And then you post again like 5 times. Or one day you're like, post. That is inconsistent. So if it's hard to create content, just make 2 posts a week or something like that. 3 posts a week, every 2-3 days, and just be consistent with your posting. That's better than trying to post a ton of content all at once. And then my favorite tip, if you're struggling as a content creator, if you're struggling as an influencer and wanting to quit, this piece of advice is everything. Okay? I tell this over and over and over in my coaching program, and it is this. Stop comparing your beginning with someone's middle. I have battled this for years, off and on. I have this personal conversation with coaching clients all the time. By comparing your right now with someone's experience or someone's success that they achieved after 2 or 3 years of consistent posting, that is very, very different. There's a pet influencer that I was just having a personal conversation on Instagram the other day, and she was telling me that she's actually been in this for 10 or so years. Back when Instagram became a thing, that's when she began her accounts. And she sees all these other creators who are doing so much better than her, that are exploding. But over the 10 years, she has built up a huge amount of super fans. I mean, tens of thousands of people who see her content every single day. And so many people, like, her engagement rate is so good. She can charge an insane amount, more than I can charge. And it's amazing because she has built super fans, but it's taken her 10 years to be able to get to that point of consistent posting. And thinking about that, you know, as a brand new creator, if you're 3 months into this and you're like, oh, it's not working, there are other creators out there who have put in years and years into this. And yes, they may be making $15,000 a month off of their YouTube channel, or they, you know, maybe have worked with huge brands, but there may be a different reason. So comparing where you are at a few weeks or a few months into this journey compared to someone who has been doing this for 6 months, 18 months, 36 months plus, it is very different. But comparing yourself to others is really going to just hurt you emotionally and mentally, and then eventually going to really affect your business. It's always so much easier for me to say these things because I am on the other side of it, where I have put in years and years and years of effort into growing social media accounts and gotten to the point where I can look back and say, oh yeah, no big deal. Just don't compare yourself. I get it. Like, I've been in your place where it is hard, and I've been there many times, because even as you grow, you start comparing yourself to other creators at your subscriber level or other creators who are making approximately the amount of money that you're making. And it's hard. And I still do that. Like, I still compare myself. So don't beat yourself up for that. Like, I get it. I'm there always. I've been there, and I've been in your shoes. If you are thinking about quitting as an influencer, let's go through these 7 things that I really just recommend that you take to heart. And the very first one is to figure out your why. Why are you doing this in the first place? It needs to be more than a superficial reason. Number 2, have you gone through the 3-month hump yet? The 3-month hump is really hard because it takes over 90 days to be able to create and establish these new habits as a small business owner. 3, are you finding ways to be more efficient? Again, this is huge because efficiency is going to reduce your stress and it's going to make you more and more productive. 4th, who are you doing this for? Are you creating content for yourself, or are you doing this for your target audience that we talk about in other videos? 5th, have you networked with any other creators? There are so many creators out there who are wanting to find others who they can connect with, who they can talk to, who they can bounce ideas off of. 6th, are you consistent? This is everything, because you've heard consistency is key. And 7th, my favorite, stop comparing your beginning with someone else's middle or even someone else's end. There are people who are way more successful than you are, but there are already people who have quit at the point that you're at. So stop comparing your right now to the success that it took years for other people to achieve. Now, if you really are new at this and you need some extra help, go in the description below. You can get yourself your free ebook and your free 2-day course that will dive into my top secrets as to how to become a more successful influencer. All this stuff is tried and true. I've been in this for years and I've seen really great success and some really great failures. So grab onto your goodies and I'll see you in the next video.